Presented back in January. Today we have it back for the very first time, and it is the wild potato crusted cod. Now, it's not a wild potato. It's a wild cod that is actually caught wild, and it's skinless, it's boneless, and what it basically has on top is the baked potato as the crust.
That's right.
Today we're giving you a set of 12 of them. They're 5.5 ounces each, so they're very, very large portions, and they're all individually blast frozen and vacuum sealed just like this. You want to know the best part? All the work is done for you. If you could turn on your oven and put this on a cookie sheet from frozen, you've got this delicious fish on a plate in less than
20 minutes.
20 minutes from your oven. We also have air fryer instructions for you. 4 payments of $31.13 gets it home. This guy right over here, Chef Ricky Roman, brings us Anderson Seafoods, one of our favorite fish brands. And I'm thinking immediately, Fish Fridays.
Fish Fridays,
yeah.
You know, you're talking about Easter coming up, but it's Anderson Seafood, 45 years, picky chefs like myself and all those restaurants that want to have great food that you pay a lot of money for. That's what Anderson Seafood built their reputation on. And this is wild caught cod, okay? So imagine cold Alaskan waters, that beautiful, sweet, mild, white flesh fish that's wild caught, not farm raised, and then it's coated in a potato with a little bit of cheddar and chive, okay? Just a hint, so you get a little savoriness of the cheese, the crustiness of the potato, and that golden brown you're showing right there, that's what you get from frozen to air fryer or oven.
And you know, I want to let you know, we didn't bring in a lot of these. We could only bring in fewer than 1,000. This is customer top rated. It's got over 35 5-star reviews at QVC.com. It's like an amazing fish. Everybody loves it. We have it for you on auto delivery, so you can get it every 60 days for a full year. You can lock in this price and this easy pay. But look at this. This is a meal. This is a full meal. Like you want to add a salad? Great.
Sure.
You want to add a little like rice or some sort of pasta or sauce or something to the side? Sure, you can. But this in and of itself, if you just put it on a cookie sheet, baked it in the oven for about 20 minutes or so, and put it on a plate, it has all the seasoning. It has everything done just like you went to a restaurant.
Yeah, think about it. Completely de-skinned, deboned, that gorgeous wild caught fish.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and here's the beauty of it. You were showing that piece there. It's not a heavy coating. It's just the right amount of crust, and you're breaking into it. It's
a beautiful
delicate,
crust.
and the fish is incredibly moist. It's not dried out, and it's just perfectly baked inside that potato crust. And just a hint of cheddar and a hint of chive in that potato crust.
That is a really good flavor. By the way, we're showing it plated.
Yep.
I also love the idea of putting this on a sandwich.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right? Like, I think it would be absolutely delicious on a sandwich. And here's some other ideas that we have for you. Now, I'll say, we put 2 of these on a plate. You don't need to.
No, that's just right.
One of them is more than perfect.
Whoa, the fans, look at that. The fans blowing my herbs.
And this is basically $10 a meal. Yeah. All you have to do is add your favorite starch or rice or something. We have fewer than 800 remaining. And remember, this is something that you can get home right now that's simple and easy, that you could pull out of your freezer without ever thinking about anything in advance. And all you need to do is turn on your oven to what temperature?
So 400 in a traditional oven and 400 in the air fryer too. Now the air fryer is probably going to be about 12 to 14 minutes because it's a little quicker in the air fryer.
Rachel, the air fryer queen,
about
likes
20, 22 minutes. But if you do it in the oven, in the last minute or two, all I want you to do is put the broiler on in the traditional oven.
Oh, that's how it gets this crust.
Gives it a little more browning crust. But in an air fryer, you don't have to worry about it. It comes individually frozen, like you said. And by the way, how about this? What if I told you, Alberti, there's 160 calories? 160 calories.
With the potato.
With this crust. And 21 grams of protein. So you want to talk about eating smart, but still eating deliciously? It's one of my favorite things, and I love reading the customer reviews on this.
So nice. I'm telling you. You know what it's like? You know what this crunch is like? You know when you get the twice baked potatoes from like Kansas City Steak Company? And you know, like with like the ripples on the top, like they get crust, like they get like a crust, they get really like crunchy when you put them in the broiler. That's what that crust is like.
It is, and I love the fact that when they have a wild caught fish like this, you're not over coating it. If there's too much coating, the fish is hidden. The fish is the star here, Alberti. Cod is a very mild, sweet fish, and I think the reason customers love it is because a lot of people want to eat fish, but maybe a heavier fish is something that it puts them off. This has that sweet, mild flavor, that little bit of potato, that hint of cheddar, just a tiny hint of cheddar for that savoriness.
It kind of holds it together.
And again, the fact that it's less than 200 calories, but you still get 21 grams of protein, this is that perfect. Any night of the week, you want to have dinner for 2. And by the way, you said 12 pieces.
12. 12. It's
6
10
dinners for 2. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
I mean, that's really fantastic that you can do that for $124 or just $31.13 on Easy Pay on a credit card. By the way, if you ever use that Easy Pay, if you're not familiar with it, Easy Pay just means we break up the charge over the next 4 months on your credit card. There's no hidden fees. There's no interest charges. We send the product out to you right away. Here's what I want to show you. It comes in like a box, right? It comes in like a nice box, and you'll get 12 packets like this.
Just right, yep.
All you need to do, you don't need to defrost this.
Nope.
You don't need to practice any, you don't need to look for a recipe. It's 1 per pack, which is really nice, which means that like if it's just you can cook the 1 piece of fish. If it's you and a spouse, or they want a steak and you want the fish, you can do that. By the way, we have fewer than 600 remaining. It's really versatile when you pick it up this way here at QVC, and you don't have to do any of the work. You don't have to buy the fish at the fish market, bring it home. By the way, it gets really stinky, right? Because you have to defrost. It's frozen, then you defrost it, then it's frozen, then you defrost it. Here, you take it right from frozen, you put it on a cookie sheet, you never smell the fish. You never smell any fishiness. By the way, like, this smells fantastic. It smells like cheddar and potato.
It is, and I'm just doing this to show you how delicate this fish is. It just breaks apart. You can see how flaky the cod is, and that's a great shot, actually, close up. But then you'll notice there's not a lot of coating. It's just enough to give the flavor, and then the fish itself, it's not dry. The coating acts as like this beautiful blanket when it's baking to keep all that great moisture into the fish.
That's nice.
So you get the great flavor, and what I love, again, is it's only 160 calories, but I love that this is wild caught. It's so important because I tell people, whenever you can get wild caught with seafood, you should get it. But it's not always in the seafood market. It's not always in the grocery store. You usually pay a premium for that. But remember, this is wild caught in Alaska, so you got that gorgeous cod, completely skinned, deboned, all prepared, but then coated a little bit of potato, a hint of cheddar, and a hint of chive. And this is what you get from the freezer to the oven. The beauty of this is there's no planning, you said. You cut it open, literally from frozen, put it on a sheet pan in your oven at 400 degrees, put that broiler on at the end, or in the air fryer, forget it. Even today's TSV, you can put that in there.
Oh,
Probably
in the
about 14
Ninja.
minutes in the Ninja.
Yeah, in the
Perfect.
Ninja. Here's what I'll say, that, you know, when it comes to like time, right? Time is money.
Yeah.
Time, you know, like we never have enough of it.
Yeah.
If you're going to the grocery store for every single meal, trying to, you know, put together recipes to try and keep it fresh for you and your spouse or you and your family, it just doesn't get, it's not fun anymore.
No.
This is delicious. It's like going to the restaurant, but it's not the restaurant price. It's $10 per fish, basically. And you get the flavor as if you did go to the restaurant, but you're in the comfort of your own home. I always say, I'd rather, you know, I'd rather tip, you know, myself in my money jar
Exactly.
than tip at a restaurant. $31.13, free shipping and handling on this item and every food item at QVC. You know, I love to say this because I think people don't know this, right? Like, all of our food ships for free. Any single thing in our food world at QVC ships for free. And of course, you still get 30 days to try it. And we say that because we know you'll love it when you get it home. Because all of the food that we present, people ask me this all the time, Ricky. People say, you can't really like all the food that you present. And I go, of course I can. It's the best of the best. We're not a supermarket that has just tons and tons of stuff filling aisles. We curate the best of the best items, and we say, because I'm sure there are sometimes you bring something and we say, no, we don't want that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is something that our customers love. Over 35 five-star reviews at QVC.com for this exact item from a brand that has been a Customer Choice Food Award winner for Best Shrimp here at QVC year after year after year.
Yep.
And this is cod, which is, I think, one of the most desirable fish.
It is, and I loved what you said before when you were on actually with Jeffrey Zakarian. You were talking about what you spent on French fries, right?
Yeah, $35 on French fries.
He was talking about you go to the drive-thru and get a coffee. What do you spend? Well, you have wild-caught fish, which is difficult to find, completely encrusted in this gorgeous potato crust, all right? With a little bit of cheddar and chive, all the work done for you. And you're looking at what? About $10 a portion.
Yeah. Wow.
And you can see that the fish, look at the color of the fish.
How many calories?
160 calories, and notice the crust.
Wait, I'm gonna ask you again. How many calories?
160.
That's ridiculous.
Every time I say
That's
it, I can't
so
believe
good.
it. But there's still 21 grams of protein, so you're getting a lot of great nutrition, nutrition with the great fish being wild caught, which
I had a
in the wild.
personal trainer tell me that if you ever, like, if you want the least calories, like, in your proteins,
Yeah.
look for the lighter colors.
Yeah.
Right? So
That's
lighter
good.
colors in meats, lighter colors in your fish are always going to be less calories than the ones that are the darker colors because those have more fat in them.
That's a good point. I like
Today is your day to try out something that our customers buy over and over and over again. And by the way, I don't think we could do Lent and Fish Fridays without this one item here at QVC, right? We bring it back over and over again. By the way, thick cuts here.
Look, yeah.
These are not like pancake flat, fillets.
No, and see, look at the fish. This is a great shot. Notice how the fish is not dry. So many people, they overcook the fish. With this coating, which is not too heavy, it literally is like a blanket over the fish while it's baking. So the fish stays nice and moist. You can see how moist the fish is. And then you see that crusty, gorgeous, delicate potato crust. And again, it's just a hint of chive and a hint of cheddar cheese in there to give it a little savory, kind of umami flavor to go with the fish. It's perfect.
400 remain. That's it. This sold out back in January. It's taken us this long to bring it back, over a month to bring it back to you here at QVC. Once it sells out, it's not available on QVC.com. Like, you might be able to do wait list, but really, it doesn't even show up on QVC.com once it sells out. 4 payments of $31.13, M74438. And I do want to remind you, if you lock this in on auto delivery, you lock in the price, the easy pay, and you always get your shipment first. Because Anderson Seafoods and Ricky Roman can only bring so many, wild cods here, right? So what ends up happening is when they bring their order in, we send out the auto deliveries first before we can give a quantity for presentation on air. Right?
Yeah, and it's all about the ease too for me, because it's you said it's so often like we're thinking about dinner about 15 minutes before we want to eat.
And you get
what are we
hangry.
gonna have? Yeah, and you start scrambling. Being able to have this individually vacuum packed. You want to take one, you want to take two, you want to take a dinner for 5 people. It's up to you. All you have to do is cut it open from frozen. Okay, we've done all the work. The wild caught cod. It's encrusted with the potato, the cheddar, and this is what it comes out like in the oven or air fryer. Now in the air fryer, it's going to be about 14 minutes. In the oven, about 20 to 22. But in the oven, we want you to turn the broiler on the last minute or two. Just keep an eye on it, just to crust it up a little bit.
It's such a compliment getter.
Yeah.
You know, like my mother's a great cook, Ricky. I think you met my mother and father here.
I did, actually.
Yeah,
I
at the
remember
studio.
they were dining over here.
They were here for friends. Yeah,
That
they
was
were here for Friendsgiving. She's a great cook.
Yeah.
And she works really hard to make those meals.
Yep.
And every time, like you sit there and you go like, oh my gosh, this is delicious. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, right? But what if you're the person that doesn't want to cook? Like, I don't necessarily want to cook all the time. I'm a good cook, but I don't love doing it.
Yeah.
This is easy and it's simple and it's a compliment getter. You're gonna get the compliments from your spouse, from the kids, from the dinner party guests who come over and they say, you made this?
That's right.
You didn't have to do anything except turn on your oven and use a pair of scissors to cut open each one of these fillets. $31.13, here's what's going on. We started with about 1,000 of these. I have 200 remaining. They will most likely sell out, so please pick them up right now, M74438. And don't forget to lock in that auto delivery. Get it every 60 days for a full year. Ricky Roman, you're the man.
Alberti, great
We'll
seeing
see
you.
you on In the Kitchen with David tonight.
See, that's right.
Okay.
Well,
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
Bye-bye.
All right, that is your Anderson Seafood. Remember, it's a set of 12 5.5 wild cod that have been potato crusted. It's delicious. Pick them up before they're gone because they're gone quickly. Hey, remember, we had a cheesecake in the show.